everyone, welcome back to my K Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we are having a look at day 13. If I can find it, I can. Let's see if this works. Oops. Yeah, this is just, my calendar's looking more and more beautiful every day because it just gets ripped to shreds. But let's have a look at what today's whiskey might bring, if I can open it. Ooh, that looks dark, interesting. Is it the darkest one we've had so far? Maybe I should have just done this whole thing in a blue glass to make it even more hard for myself. But let's see what we can get on the nose. Ooh. Straight away this makes me think of pine and America. Because it makes me think of America, I'm trying to figure out if it's more like bourbon-esque or if it's rye-esque or if it's like something that can just, because a rye could be from anywhere, bourbon couldn't, of course, it needs to be from America. Or if it's just a really weird or a really bourbon-esque whiskey from somewhere else, or if my brain's just tricking me. It's like polished wood. The colour could be from a new American oak, if it's bourbon. I think it has, to me, it has a little bit of a bourbon-esque nose because it's quite woody, but in a quite sweet, charred way. A little bit of Dunwich Warehouse because of that woodiness in it. Vanilla. Yeah, quite a pleasant nose. It's quite soft and it's quite, like, it feels quite elegant. Don't know if it could just be because it's quite cold, so those aromas are a little bit, what's it called? Like tuned down. But let's have a taste, Sláinte. On the palate, it doesn't scream bourbon. So maybe it could be a scotch with some new oak influence. On the nose, it really does remind me of a bourbon. I'm actually not getting a lot on the palate. A little bit of spice. Oh, Jesus. But the finish feels bourbony. I'm getting more on the finish than on the palate, actually. But the finish has that charred, vanilla-esque woodiness. That is really lovely if you breathe out. On the palate itself, it's quite mild. Has a little bit of spice, a little bit of wood. But it's really on the finish that I'm getting more tones of different layers, a little bit more, maybe a little bit of green, like apple peely fruitiness, and a little bit more vanilla, which is quite interesting. Flavors are nice, but they're quite mild. Well, let's have a look, see what this is. And this is Tennessee Bourbon Whiskey from James Cree Cattle Ranch Whiskey. It's a 4-year-old at 40%. So this is the first time I'm right about something. It's a bourbon from Tennessee. So it's, some people don't know that. I'm sure you all already know that bourbon doesn't have to be from Kentucky. It can be from anywhere in the States. And I know it's quite interesting with bourbon, I think, because if you try them next to each other, you can find subtle differences, I feel anyways. But I know there are some of you that I've spoken to before, because bourbon has to be made in such a specific way, it's hard to get different nuances, because you have to use the same cask, you basically mature for a similar amount of years and stuff like that. But it's, yeah, not unpleasant, quite mild. I think if I were to buy a bourbon, I think if someone gave me this, I definitely wouldn't mind it and I would happily drink it. But I think if I was looking for a bourbon to buy myself, I would want something a little bit more exciting, just for my personal flavour preference. But yeah, I think it's quite elegant. It has a bit of polished wood, has a little bit of vanilla. It doesn't have any sharp edges, which I like about it. So yeah, interesting. I'd love to hear what you think if you've tried James Cree's, what was it called? James Cree's Cattle Ranch Whiskey. Let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you for tomorrow. Sláinte Skål.